What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Larsen and Conditioning, and welcome to my part 2 of tips to lose fat and keep it off forever. Let's get right into it. In part 1 we covered that you need to pay attention to your habits. This is because habits are something that we do on a daily basis and not thinking about it. So if you have a habit of going to the grocery store and buying candy just because it's on sale, this is something that you need to pay attention to, because if you do not pay attention to it, then you cannot address the issue at hand. The dangers of snacking. Some people will have a habit of snacking really badly, and to some extent snacking over 1,000 calories per time that they actually snack. And if you are to get 2,000 calories a day, that means you'll be getting roughly 50% of your energy intake in a single meal sitting. This is something that can create a huge speed bump for you in your weight loss journey. Even though these foods may be marked healthy as nuts or bananas, this is something that will still have calories and can still trip you up in your weight loss. This snacking can cause people not to be able to lose weight even though they're eating good foods and actually paying attention to the meals that they're eating. But because the snacking make up so much of the calorie daily intake, even a nut bar will have over 200 calories per nut bar, which is not a lot of food, but you can still get a lot of calories down in that way. This then causes people not to be able to lose weight. Even though they're actually paying attention to their meals, their snacking habits is just so bad that it causes them to eat over 1,000 calories per day from just snacks alone. A nut bar can have over 200 calories in it by itself. Then a handful of nuts, depending on how big your hand are, that can be 200 to 600 calories by itself. Then you add in some fruit, that can be well over 100 calories as well. You add all these things together and it can be somewhere between 700 to 1,100 calories just from those healthy snacks. Sub, share and like for the algorithm. Even though these foods are called healthy, they will still contain a lot of calories, and these snacks will very easily give you a lot of calories and not fill you up very much. You can find better alternatives that will give you less calories and fill you up better and to keep your hunger at bay, rather than try and use these things to keep you filled up or kill boredom. You can find better alternatives that will not harm your efforts in losing weight. Hidden calories. There are a lot of ways people consume these so-called hidden calories. What we call hidden calories is some calories that we do not think about. Things like sauces or creams in your coffee, juices, sodas, and so on and so forth. These things will still have calories in them, and some people use like a light version of a dressing and then think, oh, I can then use more, and then they use more, but they end up getting the same amount of calories anyway, just because they actually increase the amount of the dressing that you're using. So this is something that can also trip you up very badly. Certain snacks and dressings can be marketed as being supposedly healthy, but they will still have calories in them and they won't really fill you up all that much. If you're trying to lose weight, then these options most likely will not help you in any way, shape or form. However, if you're a skinny person trying to gain weight, things like nuts can help you very well to gain weight because they don't fill you up that much, but you get a lot of calories. However, if you're going to lose weight, you need to prioritize protein and fiber, because that will fill you up and keep you satiated for longer. Hidden calories is a major way a lot of people trip up their weight loss attempts and then cannot understand why they're not losing weight. People buy these light version products like chocolate milk, and I've seen this before. Instead of drinking one glass of the regular chocolate milk, they will drink 2 glasses. It has 50% less sugar, but there will still be some protein and fat in it, which ultimately means they actually get more calories because they're drinking 2 glasses instead of 1. And people do the same thing with dressings, and this is something that can really hurt your efforts. You see weight loss as the only goal, and it needs to be fast. We have all seen the shows where people lose crazy amounts of weight in a very fast period of time. However, on the other side, you have not heard the story about how they regained it all and then probably added some extra weight on top of that. The goal becomes hyper-focused on only losing weight. When we are talking weight loss, there are basically 2 goals here. One is to lose it, the other is to keep it off. Nobody wants to lose weight then only just to regain it back. We all want to keep it off forever. An example of this, you need to lose 20 kilograms. And let's say you lose those 20 kilograms in a span of 4 months. Then the next 4 months you regain it all back because the effort was just way too high for you to sustain. Instead of losing that much weight in that such a small time frame, it would be better if you lose 10 kilograms in a span of 8 months, and in doing so also building the habits that you need so you can actually sustain it, and it actually doesn't become a daily effort for you to keep this going, rather than having being extremely difficult. You can make it very easy for yourself by having habits that is easy and sustainable for you. If you make huge changes and lose your weight very quickly, how you cannot sustain these changes in long haul, it ultimately becomes pointless and a waste of energy. It is better that you lose 1 kg a month for the next 20 months, rather than lose 5 kg a month for the next 4 months, and then regain it all back after that. The reason for this, when you're doing it slow and steady, you get to build a different kind of mindset and approach to losing weight, and you also get to have more confidence in what you're doing. You like daily movement. You need to go to the gym and build muscle mass so you can actually aid yourself in burning more calories. This way it becomes easier to lose fat, because the more muscle mass you have, the more energy you're going to expend on a daily basis for everything you're doing. I can attest to this personally. I lost 70 pounds in 18 months. It is much easier to lose fat when you actually have built muscle tissue that can help you expend energy through your daily life, and then add in a few thousand steps every single day and keep that sustained. There are many ways that you can increase the amount of steps that you take on a daily basis. Park a car further away from where you're supposed to go to work or go to school. You can do multiple smaller walks throughout the day. 10 minutes walks, do 4 of those a day. There are many ways that you increase the amount of steps that you take on a daily basis, which will also help you increase the amount of calories that you burn on a daily basis. Park your car further away from where you're parking for your job or grocery shopping or school, where else might be. You can also do multiple smaller walks that is more easy to manage for most people and also not be that time consuming. And these walks you can do on your break at school or work. That doesn't take up that much time each time. You have not prepared for success or setbacks. It may sound very awful why you should prepare for setbacks. It is simply because when people lose their weight and they have not been prepared for losing the weight, they have not actually realized that they actually could do it, and then when it finally happens, they ask themselves, what now? Because something that had been struggling for so long suddenly is no longer an issue. So what do you do from here? You need to prepare for setbacks, because you cannot be perfect at all times. There will simply be times where you will have a setback, and these setbacks can be bigger or smaller. However, they will simply just happen. It's just a fact of life. That could be something that happens that out of your control that will cause you to have a setback. So you need to be prepared for these, because if you're not prepared, then you'll simply just end up giving up when you have these setbacks. However, if you are prepared for it, then you can think, okay, this happened, but I know how to get back on track. So when these setbacks happen, simply just get back on track as soon as you can possibly do it. It does not matter that you have a setback. It's not a failure, it's just a setback. So keep on going. Do all these things and you'll be able to lose weight and keep it off forever. Lars Conditioning signing out. See you in the next video. I hope you have an awesome day.